March Madness, like Christmas, comes around once a year, and like Christmas, we're gifted with presents, but in the form of upsets. It's incredibly difficult to make a perfect March Madness bracket. I remember in middle school, my teacher had everybody make a March Madness bracket just for the winner to be a girl who picked all the teams based on her favorite mascot or her favorite colors. I thought I knew ball. I was dead wrong. Anyway, these people almost had perfect March Madness brackets. The fifth most impressive streak of correctly picked games in recent March Madness history belongs to, quote, Medalstick 84's Picks 7. Unfortunately, nobody has come forth to claim this bracket, but its impressive stature still coexists on ESPN.com. The creator of the bracket picked some of the largest upsets, such as number 13 Yale beating number 3 Auburn, 11 Duquesne beating 6 BYU, 12 Grand Canyon beating 5 St. Mary's, 14 Oakland, and the famous three-point sniper Jack Golke beating number 3 Kentucky, and number 12 James Madison beating number 5 Wisconsin. They even picked number 11 NC State making it to the Elite 8. However, the bracket picker did not pick NC State to beat Duke to make it to the Final Four, opting to make a what they thought to be safe pick, picking Duke. They didn't doubt DJ Burns in NC State until then, and it was costly. But it didn't matter anyway, because the game that busted the bracket originally was the 31st game when number 8 Utah State beat Mr. or Miss Medalstick 84's pick number 9 TCU in the round of 64. Wow, nobody's bracket made it far in 2024. That's pathetic, but the same can't be said for the number 1 entry on this list at the end of the video. You'll want to see that masterpiece for sure. Stick around. In 2015, an individual from Cleveland, Ohio named Malachi, who didn't want to give his last name, which is alright, we at least have more information than Medalstick 84, also had an impressive streak of correctly picked games. Some notable upsets Malachi picked were number 14 Georgia State over number 3 Baylor, and number 14 at University of Alabama Birmingham over number 3 Iowa State, both in the round of 64. Malachi's streak of 34 correctly picked games came to an end at the beginning of the round of 32 when he picked his favorite team, Ohio State, to beat Arizona. Arizona won 73-58. According to an ESPN article by Darren Rovell, Malachi's brother called him Thursday morning to remind him that he only had 15 minutes to fill out a bracket. He then only filled out 2 brackets, one of which became this historic bracket. Here's also an honorable mention in 2015. Sam Holtz, a 6th grader who only missed 5 games from the first round and 2 games from the second round, then completely accurately picked the Elite 8 Final Four championship game and also correctly picked Duke as the national champion. He won the Best Tournament Bracket award on ESPN. In 2014, a 23-year-old named Brad Binder from Buffalo Grove, Illinois, had one of the longest streaks of correctly picked March Madness games of all time. Binder made it all the way through the round of 64 without an incorrect pick. His most impressive upset selections were number 11 Dayton over number 6 Ohio State and number 13 Mercer over number 3 Duke. Binder told ESPN, quote, "My strategy isn't that extensive. I just kind of went with my gut. I just kind of filled them out in 5 minutes tops." Specifically regarding the Mercer over Duke pick, he also said, quote, "I just love the experience of the Mercer players. I just think they had 5 starting seniors that had been playing together for a while. They've just got that chemistry and they play together. Also, nothing against Jabari Parker. He's obviously a phenomenal player, but I have a bone to pick with him and Simeon because I beat my alma mater Stevenson in last year's finals." Binder made it an impressive 36 games correctly picking winning teams, so much so that he garnered national attention, tweeting to Warren Buffett several times to let him into his $1 billion perfect bracket challenge, something he didn't join before creating a bracket. Unfortunately for Binder, the $1 billion wouldn't matter as his bracket busted in the round of 32 when he picked number 11 Dayton to upset number 3 Syracuse. Syracuse narrowly won that game 55-53. In 2017, the second most impressive bracket in NCAA March Madness history was born. What was most impressive is that through 33 games, 22 brackets were still perfect. 3 brackets were still perfect through 36 games, but when number 4 Butler beat number 12 Middle Tennessee 74-65, only 1 perfect bracket was left remaining. An anonymous bracket from Yahoo Sports Bracket Challenge made it 39 games without an incorrect pick. Some of the bracket's most notable upsets were number 11 Southern California over number 6 SMU, number 11 Xavier over number 6 Maryland, number 11 Rhode Island over number 6 Creighton, number 12 Middle Tennessee over number 5 Minnesota, and number 8 Wisconsin over number 1 Villanova. The bracket finally busted on the last game of the first night of the round of 32 when number 4 Purdue beat the bracket's pick, number 5 Iowa State 80-76. Interestingly, I couldn't find a ton of information about this bracket, and as far as I'm aware, the person who created it is still anonymous. The longest lasting NCAA March Madness bracket of all time was not created by a basketball analyst, a collegiate basketball player, or a person who locked himself in their room staring at stats and analytics. No, it was created by Gregg Nigl, a neuropsychologist from Columbus, Ohio. In 2019, Gregg Nigl created a bracket called Center Road. This was the first bracket in history that was perfect through the round of 32, which ended on a Sunday night in 2019. But Nigl didn't even realize he had the only perfect bracket left until Monday the next day, when his phone started blowing up. He gives more information in an interview.
I wasn't even following this bracket because it was the fourth one I filled out, and it was just among some friends from Michigan, and just for fun, and I wasn't even looking at that one.
Nigl was also asked about the strategy he had for choosing teams. He was questioned on a particular pick to take number 13 UC Irvine over number 4 Kansas State.
Why'd you go with them over Kansas State?
Because last summer my family went to California, and we have friends. My friend works for UC at Irvine. We stayed with them, and that's pretty much it. It's a nice place.
He was also asked about a few other upsets, such as why he picked number 12 Murray State over number 5 Marquette, to which he replied saying he took advice from others' bracketology. When asked about his pick for number 12 Liberty to beat number 5 Mississippi State, he said,
Liberty, I don't know. Liberty's was a 5-12 matchup, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I know those ones, historically tend to be the ones to go to for an upset. So I went with Liberty. Being the 12th seed.
Nigl's explanations further prove how difficult it is to perfectly pick a March Madness bracket. It's a game many self-proclaimed professionals have come nowhere close to even succeeding at. It's purely a game of chance. Yes, I'm still salty about losing in middle school. Unfortunately, Nigl's bracket busted on the 50th game of the tournament, where he picked number 2 Tennessee to beat number 3 Purdue, only for Purdue to take the victory 99-94 in overtime. Even if Nigl would have made the correct pick here, his bracket still would have busted because of 2 other incorrect picks in the Sweet 16, incorrectly picking number 2 Michigan over number 3 Texas Tech, and picking number 1 UNC over number 5 Auburn. Nonetheless, Gregg Nigl had the single most impressive bracket in NCAA March Madness history. Could you make a better one this year? Thank you for watching this video. I put many hours into it, so I'd really appreciate a like. Also, if you like other sports related content, I'd appreciate a subscription. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.